Most kids love routine, familiarity, and very little change. So Dr. Karyn was surprised when her 11-year-old twin asked for his own room. A big change that she didn't see coming, but which she embraced wholeheartedly.
This number stands for how many days we've been together. I added up the years, months, and days.
We have had almost 4,000 sleepovers in our lifetime. 4,000 sleepovers, and this chapter of their life is actually now done. How are you feeling about this new chapter, Chase?
Happy.
You're happy?
Just happy.
Just happy? Like a little happy or really happy?
Really happy.
The conversation actually started in the summer. We were just talking about some of the goals that we had for this next year. And kind of through that conversation, Chase said, you know, Mommy, I think I really want to have my own bedroom.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go,
Yeah.
and welcome to your new room.
Wow. I can't believe. Yay! Wow.
Do you see all the things that you told me that you liked?
Yeah, so there was that
Okay, so-
picture, and then all of those pictures.
Yes.
One of my old tennis rackets.
I really wanted, when people kind of come in, that they could really get a snapshot on who is Chase. And I think when you come in, you can really get a sense with who he is.
Then this is what I got 89th in cross country.
I really think that having a little bit of space, physical space, it just kind of makes the heart grow fonder. And I think it's going to be really neat to see how their friendship changes with this new space.
What a good story. So how was the other twin with the change?
You know what, he was kind of unsure at the beginning, and then it's actually been really good because they have their space now.
They
so
do.
now they're choosing to spend with each other, it's been really good.
Now, if you are dealing with something like this in your life and you've got kids and you're moving house, and I remember I didn't want to when I was younger, what would you say, how would you start explaining to them how this whole thing works, Karyn?
Well, you know, I grew up, we actually moved every 5 years in our home when I was small, so moving was actually quite popular for us, and the thing that my parents taught me is like change is part of life.
Yes.
You know, change is part of life, and some people, you know, change, they don't really seem to care. I find sensitive spirits, they don't seem to like change as much. They get very attached, you know, very, very loyal to their place and their space, and so, you know, learning and teaching children, rule number one is that change is part of life, and we just need to kind of learn to roll with it a little bit.
Totally.
And I roll with it, yeah.
Marjorie, you're going through this now, actually, because you decided with the market, the real estate market being as crazy as it is right now, instead of buying a new house, you're going to get out of your house and completely renovate it.
Totally.
Like, did you take it down and start from scratch?
Took it down and started from scratch. So we had fully intended on we were going to renovate, we were going to do something, and we were in it, and we were intending to do it after living in the house for 2 years. We bought the house, we were going to renovate it, and then life happens, and then you had another baby, and then it's school and activities, and it's just never the right time, and then we're like, okay, the ceiling fell in the basement, we're like, okay, so now we are moving. We are so moving. But then the cost of selling the house and then finding another house, it was cost prohibitive, really, honestly. It was a smarter move just to say, okay, let's just reno it.
Yes.
We were in a good place, and plus for the children, it's the only house they remember.
Right.
So much as we had lived somewhere before, when we moved, they were pygmy-sized.
Yeah.
And so when we got to this place, they have all of these memories of learning to ride bikes and do all these things. It was really hard for them, even for the reno.
Even for the reno.
Even for the idea of a reno. But the littlest one, Gabriel, sensitive spirit, I love how you said that, sensitive soul.
Yeah.
Because we're renovating, so he knows where the new kitchen's going to be is where his old bedroom was. And he said to me just the other day, we now live in a condo, 1,000 square feet, 5 people, we're tight. So he says to me, he's like, Mama, when we move to the new house, I'm just going to sleep in the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I get it, but Marjorie, you came up with a really creative way to help your kids say goodbye to their old house. Let's have a look.
Today we're having a house demolition party with my children. We are doing a grand scale reno of our house, and we actually have already moved out to another place, but they all had a little anxiety about that not being in the house anymore, even though they were prepared and they knew. So I think that this is an important piece to kind of close one chapter and open the next. 1, 2, 3, demolish! Gabriel is the most emotional of the 3 children. So he is the one that needs things that he can feel and touch and remember. But most importantly was how he built his family picture of all of us. He wanted us to leave the family up on the wall as long as possible. Anyhow, we're gonna keep this. We're not letting this go down in the house. The old room was butterflies. What's the new room gonna be?
Turquoise.
Turquoise, like your hands. Who picked the paint color?
Me.
You did. Good job. But what are some of the positives of being in the condo?
I get to bond with my siblings. Not in a good way, but we're bonding.
Not in a good way?
Yeah, because like now we're all closer to each other. Now we don't get our own space, right?
Yeah, but you learn to appreciate each other for different reasons.
That's right.
Such a good boy.
You get to bond with each other. Yes, you do. Now, both of you have done this, and it's one of Karyn's tips. Get your kids to start designing and creating their new space, because then they're going to be more invested, even though it's a tough change. You were already asking your baby girl, what color's your new room
Oh,
gonna
she's
be?
directing people, man. I don't know. I don't have to think about anything. She tells the boys what color they're making their room. She knows what they're all preparing, so they know.
And you did the same thing. You asked your son, what do you want in this space? You had him pick his own photography.
Yeah. And you know what? And I want to really encourage, it doesn't have to cost money. Okay, so all those pictures, it cost $2, black and white. And what was really cool is I had him choose who are the favorite people in your life. You choose, I'll print them for you, $2. And those wall tattoos, that's like $15.
Right.
So go online, you can actually kind of find a quote that's really powerful. And so you want the room to feel like it's an extension of who they are.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to cost money.